One Zambia, One Nation. A warm welcome to ZANIS News. I'm your presenter, Sarah Miti, and my sign language interpreter is John Chulu. Top stories in the news. Zambian delegation attends Africa Health Exposition in Egypt. Zambia flying doctor service to distribute over 19,000 reading glasses. Western Province reports 80 suspected alcohol poisoning cases. Plus, teen pregnancies rise in Chasefo. ZANIS News in detail. A Zambian delegation attending the 3rd Africa Health Exposition in Egypt, Cairo, led by Permanent Secretary for Special Duties at Cabinet Office, Naomi Teta Mashimba, says the exposition is showcasing and promoting Africa as the continental hub for health innovation and regional trade. The delegation, which was invited by President of the Arab Republic of Egypt, Abdel Al-Sisi, include those from Presidential Delivery Unit, PDU, Ministry of Health, Zambia Medicines and Medical Supplies Agency, ZAMSA, and the Zambia Medicines Regulatory Authority, ZAMRA. The Zambia Flying Doctor Service has revealed that it will distribute over 19,000 reading glasses to members of the public in rural areas to help treat eye problems. Zambia Flying Doctor Service ophthalmologist Jafat Siasilwe says there's need to strengthen stakeholder support in enhancing eye service delivery to curb the increasing eye and vision ailments in rural communities across the country.
They are in Kalomo district, where they are offering various medical services, among them eye and vision care services to rural communities here. Here in Naluja community, the Zambia Flying Doctor Service has conducted various medical procedures to rectify eye conditions and diseases. The Zambia Flying Doctor Service wants eye and vision care services decentralized to rural communities.
For this outreach, we basically target about 455 clients to be attended to, out of which we need to give over 200 spectacles. The annual target for spectacle distribution would go to the ranges of 19,200. Zambia Flying Doctors is doing a lot in meeting communities, but they cannot manage to meet all the demands of the community. That's where the coming in of partners is vital, so that even the school-going children that are unable to see on the blackboard, that have challenges to see, they are also helped with spectacles.
The local leadership and the community are pleased with the services being delivered here.
So, kambaga bobo, ibantu bajiswa banji bajisima penzi, benda misinzo, uya ugaromo, kujibadira jipati na kujoma. Orogo misido yonse webirei, kujisima kilometers ya 60 to 65. Ari muturomba kuti nagira gonzega ndiza muzi indizerera gusika gogono kabayo bazumane kunobora kutukwashije kubona amarwazi ngo bagise bantu
bahutuga banja wanze ndari kuti ndiza ndipengede ndikene turi banji so hey kuti neri hodra pona nziranzi babati bari sida Diego samba misamu ya jitonga ya jitabuti tagwe chagagaga ino ndapakurumba kambeno anyenyezi yeri kubona ndanoraba tajigwe
Liseli Semusole, ZANIS, Kalomo District, Southern Province.
Western Province has recorded a total of 80 suspected alcohol poisoning cases. Lewanika General Hospital Public Health Specialist Lavde Mwila has revealed that out of the 80 cases, 53 are males and 27 are females. Dr. Mwila said this during a provincial senior management meeting held in Mongo District. He named the main districts that have recorded the suspected alcohol poisoning as Mulobezi, Kalabo, Shangombo, Luampa, and Kaoma. Dr. Mwila explained that across the 5 districts, 17 mortalities have been recorded. Meanwhile, Provincial Permanent Secretary Simomo Akapelwa has called for the apprehension of the people who sell the alcohol.
As of 30th May, as a province, we recorded a total of 80 suspected alcohol poisoning, out of which 53 were males and 27 were females. Out of this, across 5 districts, we recorded a total of 17 mortalities. Out of that, 60 alcohol intoxications. Out of that, we've managed to discharge 63, and the rest are still under active management. The main districts are Mlovezi, Kalabo, Shamumbo, Luampa, and Kaoma. So the investigation so far reveals that these people are consuming some local blues mixed with methylated spirit. So that actually is a poison that is resulting in these deaths. Out of these 80 that we mentioned, 3 presented with blindness, and we are waiting for toxicology samples that we sent to the, and we've intensified active community and facility case search for such, and we're increasing our community sensitization in these districts.
The Ministry of Education in Nyimba District has commended the Zambia Mine Action Center, ZIMAC, and its cooperating partners for producing a teacher's guide and learner's book to improve awareness on landmines and explosive remnants of war ERW in the district. District Education Board Secretary Levi Matongo says the information will go a long way in equipping learners and communities, especially those along the border, with information on explosive objects that may be discovered. Take a look at this report by Wupe Sendwe.
We had a very big explosion from afar. And a few hours later, what we saw was an ox cart passing. And in that ox cart, there was a woman whom had almost the womb coming out with a child inside because she was pregnant. Man, or the husband, had gone in the bushes and was attracted to something that appeared to be useful according to him. The thing exploded. And this is when now we were realizing that, oh, it means that noise we had got, it is exactly what this man was doing. Unfortunately, the man died on the spot.
This is Jeremiah Banda, a teacher at Nyimba Primary School, who shares a traumatizing experience he witnessed many years ago that was caused by the effects of explosive remnants of war. Mr. Banda appreciates an interaction with the Zambia Mine Action Center, ZIMAC, following a mine risk education program in Nyimba District. He states that the knowledge being shared will help Nyimba residents, especially those living on the border areas, to avoid a recurrence of the ordeal. ZIMAC explains the reason behind the mine risk education for teachers in Nyimba District.
Interest is to sensitize the local residents, beginning with the little ones. We know once this information goes to the little ones, the mothers will know the dangers of these things that may be lying around in the communities.
The District Education Office commended ZIMAC and cooperating partners for developing a teacher's guide and learner's book on mine risk education to cover the information gap in affected areas.
Some schools along the border, just 200 meters away from the border, we have schools like in Jarazi, and it's about time that our children are sensitized in order to avoid getting injured. I'm also happy that you've gone into book production. I have 2 books with me. I have this one, Mine Risk Education, and then there's a teacher's handbook, which is, I think, a very excellent job done.
But in putting up those signs where we can show these are no-go areas so that we save life, because some of our learners may be orphaned by these same landmines, explosives, if they are not well educated.
Even though Zambia was declared landmine-free in 2009, there are some areas in parts of the country that are still dealing with residue contamination of unexploded ordinances. Wupe Sendwe for ZANIS in Nyimba District, Eastern Province.
In other news, the Common Market for Eastern and Southern Africa, COMESA, and the World Bank have launched the implementation of a $15 billion United States dollars accelerating sustainable and clean energy access transformation project. The project, which is scheduled to end by 2030, is expected to support 20 countries by connecting 100 million people to grid and off-grid energy in Eastern and Southern Africa as a way of mitigating the energy crisis in the COMESA region. Michelle Olubinda covered the launch and now reports.
It is estimated that over 600 million people in sub-Saharan Africa still lack access to electricity, with rural communities being the hardest hit, and the continued negative effects of climate change have worsened the situation, resulting in increased demand for energy in many countries, especially in the Common Market for Eastern and Southern Africa COMESA region. COMESA, with financial support from the World Bank, has launched the implementation of a $15 billion United States dollars accelerating sustainable and clean energy access transformation (ACCENT) project. The project is designed to accelerate sustainable and clean energy in 20 Eastern and Southern Africa countries over a period of 7 years.
Effective policy and regulatory frameworks are crucial for attracting investments and ensuring the sustainability of energy projects. Therefore, governments need to create conducive environments that encourage private sector participation, streamline regulatory procedures, and other incentives for smart and renewable energy investments.
The World Bank has reaffirmed its commitment to support the universal energy access in order to spur economic growth, job creation, and business opportunities.
The integration strategy of the bank, ensuring energy access, is an important pillar of the access agenda or the connectivity agenda, focusing on well-functioning regional interconnector network, fostering regional trade to ensure security of supply, mitigating supply shocks, and optimizing generation. But in addition to it being an important pillar of our strategy, it is an important element to realize all the other objectives of regional integration.
The Zambian government has appreciated the two institutions for providing sustainable solutions to the current energy challenges that have affected the country and the region.
Allow me to express our appreciation for the support being rendered to Zambia by the World Bank to ensure that we successfully navigate the challenges that we are currently facing. One of the notable projects the World Bank is supporting is the Zambia-Tanzania Interconnector, which will see Zambia and the Southern African Power Pool being connected to the East Africa Power Pool via Tanzania. Additionally, Zambia and the World Bank have successfully formulated the proposed national energy policy and transformation multi-pragmatic approach, which is a Zambia-specific program designed to return the electricity subsector to structural integrity.
Currently, most countries in Southern Africa are grappling with a severe energy crisis that has disrupted economic and social performance. Michelle Olubinda for ZANIS in Lusaka.
We take a break. Stay tuned for more stories, including environmental news.
The Issue is a program that looks at topical issues happening in the country. Watch The Issue every Friday at 19:30 hours, only on ZANIS TV, Channel 6 DTT and Channel 458 DTH on Topstar. Don't miss.
Zambia Today is a program that keeps you informed on various government policies and programs. Join us every Tuesday at 18 hours on ZANIS TV, Topstar platform, Channel 6 DTT and 458 DTH. Don't miss.
Welcome back. The Minister of Information and Media Permanent Secretary Thabo Kawana has commended the Independent Broadcasting Authority, IBA, for taking a step in championing climate awareness in light of the effects of climate change. Mr. Kawana said it is important that society, especially young people, are aware about the environmental issues and act to protect the country against climate change. He said this today in a speech read on his behalf by the ministry's Human Resource Director, Bernard Domingo, during a tree planting exercise at Kalingalinga Primary School held under the theme Land Restoration desertification, and drought resilience. The Citizens Economic Empowerment Commission, CEEC, has encouraged the Sikongo District Administration to form a cooperative that will venture into rice production aimed at uplifting people's livelihoods in the area. CEEC Director General Muwe Mungule says the commission is ready to fund the enterprise under the Agriculture Mechanization Facility once put in place. Speaking when he paid a courtesy call on Sikongo District Commissioner Henry Mwalye as part of his tour of Western Province, Dr. Mungule said the commission wants to make Sikongo a rice production hub that will be able to supply the entire country and beyond.
The use of machinery for farming can improve farmers' efficiency since it makes work simpler and faster while resulting in higher productivity. To this end, the Citizens Economic Empowerment Commission is currently providing loan facilities under the agricultural mechanization model aimed at enhancing the agriculture sector. Citizens Economic Empowerment Commission Director General Muwe Mungule has since encouraged the Sikongo District Administration in Western Province to establish a cluster of cooperatives that will be dealing in production and processing of rice in the area in order to enhance people's livelihoods.
Let's bring them together. Let's formalize, their existence in form of a cooperative, and we'll bring these cooperatives together. We form this union, and the processing facility will be for the union. The individual farmers will benefit at two levels. At production, once they have produced, they take to the processor to sell. That's their beneficiation as suppliers of rice. They get paid by this facility. The second level, because they will be members of this union, they own shares. When the facility makes money, they benefit. So this is a 360-degree, it's a closed circuit in terms of beneficiation.
Sikongo District Commissioner Henry Mwalye praised the Citizens Economic Empowerment Commission for the decision and pledged to expedite the process of mobilizing rice farmers to establish a cooperative.
Your support and with our support here with my DAO being the District Administration Office, we shall make all the necessary effort in terms of mobilizing our farmers, in terms of also mobilizing our chiefs so that they can make land available, so that the district can produce to the extent of exporting to other countries.
Earlier, Sikongo District Administrative Officer Kalyanga Kalunga urged beneficiaries to pay back loans to CEC.
Just to encourage our beneficiaries, maybe it's better we continue to work hard, because when they fail to, or maybe when they default, it means they are setting bad precedents to the others, and then the money is revolving fund.
Sandra reporting for ZANIS in Sikongo District, Western Province.
Meanwhile, the selection process of identifying over 38,000 households to benefit from the emergency wetland cropping in Northern Province has commenced. Provincial Permanent Secretary Bernard Mpundu says the region has the capacity to feed the nation as it has abundant water resources. We have the following report.
The Emergency Wetland Program is an initiative where government is supporting vulnerable but viable farmers with inputs to engage in winter farming. This is with a view to help stabilize the expected food insecurity brought about by the drought experienced in most parts of the country. Northern Province, which is a beneficiary of this program, has started selecting potential beneficiaries. A team from the Ministry of Community Development and the provincial office has moved on the ground to monitor the selection process.
So mwewa anasalwa mwewa wate shuko de abo bali program tule minomo batu mwabato kubombesha atiri mkwani na vintu vachiranda matawa yanda piro na kalefe awadi mayali kwatasana profit ukuchirave na haya mainsa ichikankala chako batinga twadima twasombola twafurisha ko kuchefye sala mchalo chezu chaza.
And potential beneficiaries have welcomed the wetlands cropping program.
Tatuli bananganika ili mimana twalikwata yakweba tungabomberapo kabiri amakato alikwata ayakwebati tulimi napo mufu yakulya fyonse awe twachisasumenisho kwebati awe twalira kubuteko kwebati mwingatu wafako na ifwe mutuesheko ife twingabomba kuni nonchende yalunzwa mkwa.
Earlier, officials from Community Development from Lusaka and the provincial office paid the courtesy call on Northern Province administration.
As a ministry, we have this emergency wetland cropping
that we are implementing, and we are targeting about 300,000 households, out of which this province, the province has 38,600.
This northern province, you can produce food throughout the year. From here to Mprokoso, a distance of 165 kilometers, we have over 10, 12, 13 streams on the way that you cross, which is an indication that we have enough water here. So therefore, as you sit down making decisions in the ministry, think of Northern Province in a bigger way.
Helen Bwalia reporting for ZANIS in Imbala, Northern Province.
Lastly, on environment news, some Rufanyama residents have called on authorities to urgently come to their aid as they suspect the water they are drinking may not be safe for human consumption as it contains some black elements.
It is said that water is life, but the quality of this water the people of Lufanyama's Lwamisamba area have started receiving from their boreholes seems to have more health hazards than life, and this has brought panic among the affected residents.
usangana sangaredzi ngashiro mwache chiwaipona kupeka tushefya bikirimo imbale shose kuko wera ngumwenya isapote tumpelele poshari ko wera mukusa ameshitulesa bishaka
amenshe bumi nomba amenshe ngamule no musango fikuchaba shani pantu nimfwa shaba antuishi kuri atwabutuike munandu wa fesirika twalisa kuno munandu wa amenshe kabidi usheno mbobu sumanisha buri kuisa
amenshe akaina nga wata pafile moneka black nga wata pane fintu na Afrika dira na panshi ero amenshe akaina nga wabula impoto wabula amenshe wabika mumpoto urefu bile fibwadi ni shifya yero awa mwandini amenshe na tayari buinwao.
The area councillor is calling for urgent interventions of key stakeholders in order to safeguard the lives of people here.
The problem which we have as at now is people are complaining about water. As they are fetching water, some water is turning into yellowish color. And then the other water from other boreholes, they are having muds. And then later on there are some gray matters, which they are suspecting to be copper. We are calling upon the specialized wings of government, like from environmental health, they should come and test this water, and also from ZEMA, people from council, so that they assess the water which is being consumed by our local people here.
These are residents who were relocated by the former Chibuluma mine last year due to the harmful pollutions from their tailing dams in Chifunkana's chiefdom. Reporting, I'm Agrippa Silumbwe, Kapabwet Province.
We take another break. When we return, teen pregnancies rise in Chasefu. For these and more stories, stay tuned.
The Issue is a program that looks at topical issues happening in the country. Watch The Issue every Friday at 19:30 hours, only on ZANIS TV, Channel 6 DTT and Channel 458 DTH on Topstar. Don't miss.
Zambia Today is a program that keeps you informed on various government policies and programs. Join us every Tuesday at 18 hours on ZANIS TV, Topstar platform, Channel 6 DTT and 458 DTH. Don't miss.
Welcome back. Now, Chasefu District Health Director Aaron Mwango has expressed concern over the increase in teenage pregnancies in the district. Dr. Mwango has told ZANIS in an interview that the rise in teenage pregnancies is a major public health and social concern that demands immediate attention. He has stressed that teenage pregnancies are one of the leading causes of school dropouts, poverty, and health risks for women as well as their children. He emphasized the importance of addressing the underlying issues that are contributing to the increase and providing support to ignorant and vulnerable youths in the community. Dr. Mwango further added that the District Health Office is carrying out community sensitization programs aimed at providing assistance to youths at risk of teenage pregnancies. He also urged parents, educators, and community members to engage in open and honest conversations with teenagers about sexual health, contraception, and the risks associated with early pregnancies.
So right now, as Chasefu, we stand at 53% of the pregnancies that are delivered in Chasefu are actually adolescents. Those are teenage pregnancies. And women of expected age of delivery are around 6,000. So if you do 33% of that, you find that we are somewhere around 2,000. That is annually. So that number is quite huge because those children are supposed to be in school. So adolescent health is really something that we are really trying to revamp in Chasefu. We don't have so many infrastructural developments under adolescents like football pitches and all these other maybe tennis courts or something that can keep them busy. But we're just appealing to the local leadership that under CDF, if this could actually be considered, it would be really good.
And on governance issues, the Electoral Commission of Zambia ECZ office in Nakonde district has commenced training of the District Conflict Management Committee DCMC members in readiness for the upcoming 2 ward by-elections in Nakonde constituency. Speaking when he opened the training for the DCMC, Nakonde District Electoral Officer Kayonde Mutakela urged the members to utilize the knowledge to be acquired from the training in coming up with solutions required to be applied in resolving conflicts that may arise during the by-elections. We have details by Joseph Lisolo.
Preparations by the Electoral Commission of Zambia ECZ for holding ward by-elections in Luchinde and Mlalo wards in Nakonde districts are underway. As part of the preparations, the ECZ, through the District Electoral Office, has started the training of various election committees, and among them District Conflict Management Committee. Nakonde District Electoral Officer Kayonde Mutakela opened the training of the Conflict Management Committee and reminded its members of the task ahead.
So you are carefully selected to be part of this team, and a very critical team to do with the conflict management. It plays, a conflict management team or committee plays a very critical role in maintaining peace and order within ourselves. Again, we are being reminded, just like miners going underground. You have a task. That's why, not that you don't know anything, you know most of these issues. That's why even the madam is not teaching, she's just facilitating. Meaning we already know most of these things. But you need to be told, you need to again be reminded, you need just to be re-energized again that we have a duty and very sensitive duty to undertake.
And the committee chairperson has assured the public of the committee's commitment.
So we can assure actually the public that actually the committee is ready to handle this, whatever will come, whatever conflict that may arise, the committee is ready. We are well prepared.
Reporting for ZANIS in Nakonde, I am Joseph Lisulo.
Still in governance issues, the Electoral Commission of Zambia ECZ has implored stakeholders in Zambia to fully participate in deliberations to ensure the delivery of a credible voter registration process. ECZ representative James Mwaba said this in Zambia during a stakeholders engagement to create awareness on the commencement of continuous registration of voters for 10 additional districts in various parts of the country. David Ndovi filed in this report.
The Electoral Commission of Zambia, through the Zambia District Electoral Office, has undertaken a stakeholder engagement on the commencement of the continuous registration of voters exercise, where the electoral body has added 10 districts, which include Zambia. Electoral Commission of Zambia representative James Mwaba said the goal of the voter education through such meetings is to increase the level of awareness.
We invite stakeholder engagement in the implementation of the electoral process. We rely on you to spread the word to other stakeholders and eligible citizens, encourage them to register to vote, as this is their constitutional right. I therefore wish to appeal to all of you to be part of this process and ensure that we create awareness on the registration process in our respective communities, as today's engagement must provide a basis for the successful implementation of the continuous registration of voters.
Zambia District Electoral Officer has implored participants to be proactive in awareness creation within their respective communities after acquiring the needed information from the ECZ
is for governance, and therefore anyone above the age of 18 years with the Green National Registration is eligible to register as a voter.
a thing to move home now. Any law which can allow someone above 18 years to acquire an NRC. I think that issue now but it's part of this program. Since we are dealing with voter registration, where it requires the what? Electoral registration card.
David Ndovi for ZANIS, Samfya District.
In court news, a 40-year-old man of Dengeni village in Zingalume Chiefdom in Chadiza District, Eastern Province, has been fined 600 kwacha or in default be imprisoned for 6 months for stealing 2 rabbits. Facts of the matter are that the accused on 25th May 2024 at around 16 hours did steal 2 rabbits belonging to Positani Mwanza, 64, valued at 300 kwacha. On the material day, the complainant, who is a small-scale farmer of the same abode, lost 2 rabbits from his home. He said his niece Ruth Mwanza informed him that she saw a man who was later identified as Mavuto Mwanza approaching and spent some time there. Mr. Mwanza said he was later alerted by the concerned member of the public named Daliso Banda that the accused was seen carrying the rabbits and was running away. The 2 rabbits were discovered after a conducted search, but they were both found dead, with one found inside his house while the other behind the house. Central Province Permanent Secretary Muna Mwanakampwe has described the death of freedom fighter Emmanuel Mwila, who died in a road traffic accident in Kabwe last Saturday, as a loss of a mentor to the young generation. Mr. Mwanakampwe notes that freedom fighters continue to provide counsel to the young generation in mentorship and maintaining peace and unity. Here's a report.
It was an emotional moment for Central Province Permanent Secretary Muna Mwanakampwe as he led hundreds to the burial of freedom fighter Emmanuel Mwila, who died in a road traffic accident last Saturday. Dr. Mwanakampwe described the death of Mr. Mwila as a loss of a gallant soldier of peace whose vision was to see unity in the country across all tribal lines.
aba mutende muno mukyalo kyesu kyalo kya Zambia bakikula bwangu bonse tukwata omukinshi kuba kalamba bwe bakikula bwangu bonse tutemwanwe umona umo across tribal lines.
Kawama Councillor Gordon Mumba has commended government for the support rendered at the funeral of Mr. Mwila.
Councillor ndela ndokutila uyu mutima utwalilile tuilekela papene ilio twaumfomu nensu kutila aponena ubusanzo mukwai tule butukilako ukutila twangushako ichisendo.
A family representative gave the life history of Mr. Mwila.
Kweshina bale betati bakokoliko eyali nikinemya ilio bafumine kulya bayisa kukawama bayishire bange ntungu chairman wa muzolo.
Mr. Mwila, who died at the age of 77, is survived by 1 child and 3 grandchildren. For ZANIS News, I am Catherine Sakala in Kabwe, Central Province.
And that item brings us to the end of the news, but before we go, we have a recap of stories that made headlines. Zambian delegation attends Africa Health Exposition in Egypt. Zambia flying doctor service to distribute over 19,000 reading glasses. Western Province reports 80 suspected alcohol poisoning cases. Plus, teen pregnancies rise in Chasefu. And that is the end of the news. Thank you so much for joining us. On behalf of the entire production team and my sign language interpreter, John Chulu, it is goodbye and God bless.